Welcome to the Popish Plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
Today we are here with some lesser known saints for the month of February.
Yes, once again, we are doing at least one saint for each day, along with at least one factoid we have about them.
And preferably no more than one factoid about them, because that's all we could find. So you're really famous saints? This is not the episode for them.
No.
Here we go!
All right.
February the 1st.
February the 1st. Saint Seiriol. I think that's... Seiriol.
Well, again, it's Welsh, so you get a pass.
I definitely slaughtered that one. For all I know, that's Saint Patrick. The way the Welsh write and pronounce
whatever the
things.
Welsh version of mea culpa, maxima culpa.
Yeah.
But they were a monk who is apparently honored on Puffin Island.
So, Puffin Island. Awesome. Next, on February the 2nd, also the presentation of Jesus or Groundhog Day, we have Saint Feock, patron of one church in Cornwall, who might just be Saint Fiace or Fias.
Once again, we are going to slaughter names here.
Listen, we're talking about
just a given.
They're lesser known.
They're lesser known,
Although
and many of them are that their name is a good sign. Why?
That we could all pronounce, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I called dibs on the 4th.
Yeah.
All right, good. I was gonna call 6. So.
All right. So anyway, on the 3rd
On the 3rd day of February,
we have 2 sets of 2.
Yep.
Like 2 of them are put on the calendar together, and 2
Boom.
others are put on the calendar together, but their one fact is the same. So
On the 3rd, you may be celebrating the feast of Saint Tigides and Remedius,
or
Saint Lupicinus and Felix.
and they were French bishops.
That's the one thing we know about all 4 of them.
It's actually it's not like the one thing they have in common. That's pretty much the info we have.
Yeah.
All right. You called the 4th, so who is the 4th?
On the 4th, we've got Saint John Stone, an English martyr killed in the reign of Henry VIII.
Oh, well,
That guy.
yeah.
Which is also how we can pronounce his name. It's English. We're used to that. It's
Okay.
a language we speak quite often.
Yeah, we mean no offense. If the Cornish had become the dominant culture, we'd know how to pronounce Cornish names.
Yep.
But London beat them, so there we are.
All right.
On the 5th, we have Saint Louis Ibachi, who is a 12-year-old martyr of, I'm going to assume that's a spelling
that's
error,
Japan.
and
Spelling error.
Japan. It's
Nice.
spelled Japan, but
It's fine.
some of us at the Popish Plot are good spellers, and some of us are not.
And
But-
some of us had to type this by petting Puppy on her tum-tum so she could take a nap. Otherwise, she'll just scream.
And what some of us may lack in spelling, we more than make up for doggedness as researcher. Mm-hmm. Well done.
All right. The
On
6th.
the 6th, as I called it, we have this one not so tough, especially if you've read the Book of Acts. Saint Theophilus the Lawyer,
Wow, there's a saint who's a lawyer.
martyred in what is now Turkey, and was mentioned in the story of Saint Dorothy.
No.
I know.
There's 2 or 3 lawyers that are sainted.
There are many lawyers who are saying, do we need lawyers? It's referencing an earlier conversation where law firms are all run by demons. St. Thomas More, pray for us. On the 7th, St. Julian of Bologna. Mm-hmm. Huh. A wife and mother of 4 who cared for the poor.
On the 8th, we have one that I'm sure you guys will like from a throwback of, I want to say 2 summers ago when we were doing the fill in the blank, because it's almost the same.
Mm-hmm.
Of Saint
Oncho. Yes,
Not
Saint
quite.
Oncho.
But on the 8th, Ocho,
He's not quite Ocho,
So
but
close, though.
he's also known as Onchuo, and was known for preserving Celtic traditions and researching the relics of Irish saints.
On the 9th, we've got St. Ammon, martyred in Membrasa, Africa, with Emilian, Lhasa, and companions.
On the 10th, we have a saint who has quite honestly one of the weirdest
That's a great name.
saint names.
I prefer the long A pronunciation.
All right.
Saint Paganus.
Or Paganus.
Yes, it can also
Paganus
it can
is
also
name.
be pronounced Saint Paganus.
An Italian Benedictine and hermit. Well, what is he? I think that like the origin of pagan just means like countryside. because the Christians were mostly in the cities. The pagans were the folks on the outside. So it could just refer to as rural setting.
That could.
Yeah. And here we are, all judgy. On February 11th, we've got St. Jonas, a monk at Demis Canyanos Monastery. Was a gardener for 85 years in the desert.
Which explains how they got sainted, you know.
Made the desert bloom.
Or, inversely, it was a desert.
Worked,
spent
really
the entire
worked.
lifetime trying to get it to do something.
Worked,
Like,
worked.
can I get one tomato?
Worked
And then
really
they're like,
long and really
"What's a
hard at making a
tomato?"
garden in the desert. And
Because that's a New World crop. We haven't discovered it yet.
in the end, all he had to show for it was morning glories. Because those things will grow anywhere.
Especially, they'll only grow where you don't want them.
Yes.
One time there was an entire barbecue that we weren't using that got overgrown with morning glories. Like, it was taking over, like when you see those trees that are eating the cars.
Yep.
All right, on the 12th, we have another one of, these are distinct, technically, you know, on the calendar, but I put them all on for a reason that is, you know, going to be obvious in a minute.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. This one's a little tricky. If you are celebrating lesser-known saints on the 12th of February, you might be celebrating the feast day of Saint Modestus.
Or,
You may also be celebrating the feast day of Saint Modestus and Ammonius. Or you may be celebrating the feast day of Saint, wait for it, Modestus and Julian.
we know all the Modestuses are martyrs, and they're different ones. It's not like, you know, sometimes you look and you're like, oh, they just put it twice on the
No,
thing.
this
Okay,
is
my name is Mike. Modestus was the Mike of, where are we, Egypt?
Lots of places.
yeah,
So,
this is like the Saint Valentine one where there's like 4 different people named Saint Valentine, and at some point their stories just all kind of started blurring together.
Well, I'm presuming there's some etymological link between Modestus and Modest. So it's a good Christian name.
Oh, yes.
Modest.
anyway, so Saint Modestus was from Sardinia, and Saint Modestus and Saint...
Saint Ammonius
Yes.
were from Alexandria, Egypt.
And they might have been the children of a Saint Damien who has the feast on the same day. Which makes sense if they were all martyred together.
And then the third Saint Modestus with Julian were martyrs from Carthage in Africa.
No.
Oh, he was a martyr from Carthage in Africa, while Julian is the patron of Cartagena, Spain.
Which, it's very similar letter-wise, so I assume they got, you know,
Yeah.
put together that way.
Yeah,
You know, it's like, these names look the same.
Well, and the Carthaginians ruled that part of Spain for some time, so I'm sure that it's related.
So get out your 3-sided die and give it a roll and see which Saint Modestus you are celebrating on the 12th.
Each one's good.
You aren't going to roll a bad roll.
Then, on the 13th, we break the Modestus chain with Saint Polyeuctus, martyred in Armenia during the Valerian persecution, because that guy was a jerk.
Yes. And for the 14th, we have neither the saint you're thinking of course, nor
again,
the
we're
brothers who are still on the calendar.
Because we're doing more obscure saints.
We have Saint Conran, who we don't even have a full factoid on him.
Might have been,
He might have been the bishop of Orkney Islands in Scotland.
but he might not.
We're not sure.
So, if you're opposed to the commercialization of love, take your sweetheart out for a St. Conrad dinner.
Conran.
Well, she said Conrad, so I presume
Sorry.
that she just mistyped it.
No, I typed it right.
Okay,
I said it wrong.
then a St. Conran dinner. Even better.
Yes.
I imagine it's like haggis and a lot of deep fried stuff.
Well, listen, you're going to be hard. You're going to be. It is for most people. It's St. Valentine's Day, so you're going to be hard pressed to get into any restaurant anywhere. So
So canned haggis it is.
canned haggis it is.
And with that being halfway through the month,
Sorry, it's February. You don't get quite as many.
You don't
saints.
get quite as
But
many.
you get all those Modestuses.
Yeah.
yep. We're
As it's Latin, would they be the Modesti?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Go down below and leave us a comment, maybe with any lesser-known saints that you tend to follow along.
Who might or may not have been bishops of places.
Yeah, maybe.
Or another saint by
Perhaps.
a different name.
Perhaps they have a friend. Or perhaps they have another saint who has the exact same name as them, who has a different friend. The world may never know.
I want to find a group of saints who, like Saint Modestus and companions, and all the companions are also Modestus.
So
one of those.
So you want like a Heathers, only they're all saintly?
No,
Yes.
he wants
Exactly.
He wants a Spartacus.
They weren't really all Spartacus.
No, but all we Christians are supposed to be Christ. So, give this episode a like, subscribe to our channel, ring the church bell to be notified the next time we talk about obscure saints. And until then,
Remember to live your faith.
Love your faith.
And
share that love.